The Wicked Weave, my favorite Trump impersonator. Orange Man bad. Sometimes I really do think Joy Reid wants to be like Donald Trump. I mean, why else would she copy his exact hairstyle? Earlier this morning, we were extremely blessed to witness the collaboration that America has been waiting for. This was a historic moment, a once-in-a-generation type of moment, kind of like the temporary popularity in women's college basketball, something that we might never see again in our lifetime. If I were to ask you guys, who are the most toxic people in the mainstream media? You're coming back to me with one of two answers. Half of you will claim it's the Wicked Weave of the woke Joy Reid. The other half will claim the yentas on The View are the most toxic people on television. Now, just to be clear, neither answer would be wrong. Joy Reid is known for expelling toxic mouth farts containing the poison of mythical racism, while the whoopee cushion is known for flatulence that is so powerful it could cause a volcano to erupt. What happens when you combine the toxicity of Joy Reid with the beautiful yentas on The View along with the whoopee cushion? You get countless moments of embarrassment and humiliation, just like we witnessed this morning. If you haven't already figured it out, Joy Reid was the special guest this morning on The View. There she was, sitting there in all her glory, right next to my favorite yenta, the beautiful Asuncion, better known here on the channel as Sun Hostin. Apparently, Joy Reid was invited on this polished turd to promote her new book, A Love Story That Awakened America. I didn't look into this love story. I'm not sure what type of love story Joy Reid is trying to illustrate here. 20 or 30 years ago, questions like this didn't need to be asked. If someone wrote a love story, it featured a man and a woman, or maybe a woman and a woman. These days, it could be a love story featuring a non-binary walrus seducing its emotional support shovel. Going into the interview, one of the biggest stories about Joy Reid was her hot mic moment last Monday on that primetime dump that she hosts on MSNBC. As usual, she was doing another hit piece last Monday on the Trumper. At one point during the segment, MSNBC, they decided to assist their aging audience with their evening nap by showing painfully boring speeches that were given by our fearless leader, Johnny B. Biden. While Johnny B. was attempting to form complete sentences, Joy Reid was caught on a hot mic, accusing Johnny B. Biden of starting another fucking war. Now, this was one of the leading stories last Tuesday throughout the mainstream media. Obviously, the ladies on The View, they were very concerned. They can't have one of the leading deacons at Woke United Methodist talking subversively about Father Biden, so they had the anonymous blonde on The View ask Joy Reid about her comment. Watch for yourself.
I am a person that I'm a study war no more kind of Christian. I'm a red letter Christian. I don't believe in war, whether it is the governor of Texas literally trying to start another civil war over an issue that his party could solve tomorrow. There's literally a bill that they just could pass.
Am I the only one that was surprised to find out that Joy Reid is a Christian? After covering her for the last few years, I thought that she was in a spiritual relationship with Lucifer. At minimum, I thought Joy Reid was a lead deacon at Woke United Methodist. Now, I'm being serious here. I'm rarely surprised by anything that I see or hear in the mainstream media, but I'm shocked to see Joy Reid on national television proclaiming to be a Christian. Now, I would never question someone over their religious beliefs or their faith. If Joy Reid says that she is a Christian, I'll take her word for it. But that's where the pleasantries end, because everything else Joy Reid said was 100% bullshit. I must have missed the memo. I don't remember Texas Governor Greg Abbott organizing a civil war. Over the past few weeks, I do remember him battling the White House to enforce immigration laws. That's not what I would call a civil war. That's called doing your job. According to Joy Reid, these problems on the southern border, they could be remedied. They could be handled if Republicans would just sign another useless spending bill into law. You know, I have a better idea. Matter of fact, this idea, it requires no further spending by the federal government. What makes it even better, This idea requires absolutely zero effort from our doofus-filled Congress. You know how we could solve the problems on the southern border? It's really simple. All John Biden would have to do is enforce the fucking law. Allow the brave men and women who work in border control to properly do their jobs. That's it. It's that simple. Now, of course, Johnny B doesn't want to do that. If he enforced the law, that means millions of potential voters wouldn't be available to balance the scale in their favor. Joy Reid is no dummy. Joy Reid is a smart woman. She knows that's all it would take to solve the problem, but the facts never matter when you are being paid to push an agenda, and that is exactly what Joy Reid is paid to do. MSNBC doesn't give her millions in woke welfare to give you the truth. Joy Reid is paid to push a narrative. If you don't believe me, allow me to show you a demonstration of exactly what I'm talking about. After they allowed Joy Reid to save face, the beauties on The View, they shifted the conversation towards the economy. You know, the economy, the thing that seems to be in a never-ending recession for the last, 3 years now? The thing that most Americans seem to be concerned about more than anything else? According to Joy Reid, there's no need for the average plebe to be worried about the economy. No! Where have you plebes been living? Can't be here in America. The American economy is great. According to Joy Reid, this economy, it has rebounded so nicely. We're in better shape now than we were under Trump. Don't take my word for it. Listen to Joy Reid explain it herself.
On the facts, the economy is far better now than it was under Donald Trump, who failed in his one job: react to a crisis. As president, you're a crisis manager. He was hit with one big crisis, the pandemic, and flubbed it so thoroughly we were at 14% unemployment.
Is Joy Reid auditioning to be a late night comedian? She had to be joking, right? Did she just sit there with a straight face and claim that the economy is better now under the incompetence of Johnny B. Biden than it was under the Orange Man? Full transparency here, I did not look up a single fact, a single statistic to refute Joy Reid's claim. Reason I didn't do that is because she didn't provide any. She didn't provide a single piece of evidence to support her claim. So I'm going to do the same thing here. What I'm going to do here, I am going to speak from my own personal experience. Am I in a better situation financially under Biden than I was under Trump? Believe it or not, yes, but it has absolutely nothing to do with John Biden. I just got lucky. My YouTube channel grew to the point where it pays significantly more than my old job. That's where the benefits end under the failed leadership of John Biden. Gas prices significantly higher. Speaking of YouTube, ad rates were lower last year than they were in 2021 and 2022. Why? I'm not an expert in marketing, but I would assume that most companies are reluctant to waste money on advertising because they fear a never-ending recession. Last summer, I bought a new 4Runner, paid half of it up front, cash. When I met with the finance manager to work out payments for the other half, he could not believe the interest rate. I have great credit. I paid for half of the vehicle up front. He was thinking my interest rate would be 5%, maybe 6%. Compared to the years under Trump, those rates would be considered high. My interest rate under Johnny B. Biden, almost 9%. Some people are financing cars with interest rates above 20%. When the mafia was doing that, they called it loan sharking. Today, they just call it banking. Interest rates to buy homes are the highest they've been in years. So are the prices. One of the houses in my neighborhood just sold after 7, maybe 8 months of being on the market. When Trump was in office, houses in my neighborhood sold over a weekend, and that is no exaggeration. A for sale sign would go up in the yard 2, maybe 3 days later, house was sold. The people who own this house, I think they bought it back in 2017 or 2018. 6 years later, that same house cost the new owners an additional $100,000. But let's keep going. The other day, we were looking at our monthly expenses. You know what our most expensive bill is every month? It's not the power bill, which has increased by about $200 every month thanks to John Biden. Not the water bill, which has increased by about $100. It's not the mortgage. It's not my car note. It's not the hundreds of dollars every month that we spend on the internet, satellite, and the countless streaming services that we have. Our most expensive bill every month? Groceries. Under Trump, the grocery bill would be probably about $600 a month. Under this new and improved Biden economy, groceries hit the bank account every month for over $1,000. Student loan debt, all-time high. Credit card debt, all-time high. You know why consumer debt is at an all-time high? Some of it has to do with the fact that people refuse to adjust their lifestyle under this new and improved Biden economy. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that people can't afford to live. I wish Joy Reid would come on my show trying to spread that garbage. That's one of many problems that I have with The View. During that segment, where in the hell was Alyssa Farah Griffin? This is why I call her the Great Pretender. Supposedly, AFG is the conservative voice on The View. If that's the case, why did she allow Joy Reid to spread lies without a single hint of resistance? Joy Reid was spreading lies about the administration that AFG worked in. Essentially, Joy Reid, she was criticizing Alyssa Farah Griffin. And how did she respond? She sat there with her fake smile, pretending to be clueless. This show is an absolute embarrassment. The View is a disgrace. And make no mistake about it, that was an embarrassing segment for Joy Reid. This lie was so bad, the shitfucks in the mainstream media, they can't even defend it. Matter of fact, most media outlets, they're not even focusing on that segment about the economy. Instead, they are choosing to focus on the hot mic segment. Give me your thoughts. Joy Reid joins the Yentas on The View and proceeds to completely embarrass herself, also known as doing her job, earning her woke welfare. Does anyone really believe that the economy is better under John Biden? Also, was anyone surprised that Joy Reid admitted on national television to being a Christian? I could not believe it. I thought she was a deacon at Woke United Methodist, but let me know what you thought about it. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. I appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.